human hybrid news, submitted by George Jetson, an Oxford professor claims that aliens are already breeding with humans on Earth.
Like illegal aliens or like
extraterrestrials?
He's an Oxford professor?
An Oxford.
Did you know that university is older than I think the Aztec Empire?
Dude, I was watching this documentary on disinformation. Have you seen that on Netflix? It was a couple years ago. It was about disinformation. So people are hired in the government, and this was specifically in relations to aliens.
Yeah.
And it's a documentary, you can watch it. But they interviewed this guy that was hired as a disinformation specialist, and basically anyone that would claim to see UFOs or have alien experiences, he would go out there and like talk to them and like validate.
Did he have a little stick and then he presses it and then they forget everything?
No, worse. He'd validate them and then give them extra information that's not true, and he'd mix it in with real information.
To debunk them?
Yes, and so then they'd get even crazier, like, this is happening and I heard it from the government and all this stuff. And so then they look crazy and everyone discredits them. So his whole job was to like discredit everyone that believed in aliens or anyone that was spreading any information at all. His whole job was to spread disinformation. And so he retired and he like...
Did he dress in all black?
I don't know. He would go to all the events, all the like little cons that they had at like the like when they have alien cons or whatever, and he would like spread disinformation.
Damn.
But yeah, he's retired now, and that's why he's allowed to talk about it. But then at the end, so he talks about stuff that he's seen, like documents about aliens and like that they've bred with humans. But then you don't know, is that disinformation? You don't know. This guy's whole job is like to create disinformation.
And all he has to be is that she's a big troll.
Yeah, it could be.
What kind of professor is he? Because if he's like a journalism professor,
This guy?
or like an English professor.
So his name...
Biologist?
Women's study.
Yeah, women's study.
You know, all that bullshit.
Liberal arts? Oh, that's bullshit.
So his name is Dr. Young Hae Chi.
A Korean guy?
He's an instructor in Korean at Oxford's Oriental Institute.
Okay, so he's just a language professor. That's funny. No, because I was thinking that he was gonna be something related to space.
Yeah, well, they say a spacey professor at the British Institute.
Well, spacey.
Yeah, that's what I'm going
Wait, what's his major again? Or the
Korean.
he teaches?
It just says an instructor in Korean.
What, Korean Taekwondo? What's
In the Oriental department.
Yeah.
He's a Hangul guy.
Yeah, Hangul.
So that's why I was hoping that it was like a science professor or someone that's like in
That
this
studies
field.
black holes and stuff.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh damn.
He's just the dude that wears kimonos every day.
But he probably watches Ancient Aliens, so he's got
It's a hanbok, you bastard.
Handbook.
Oh, I thought you were trying to make a joke.
No, I don't know. The Korean kimono.
Because I'm like, oh, because he's in a different country and they're like, it's semi-racist.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you were, because it's called Oriental.
But people know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I thought you were making a joke.
No, Korean kimono, handbook.
I thought hanbok was just for women.
Hanbok, there's both men and women.
Oh.
It's both men and women.
I'll be quiet.
women's.
Whammons.
Now you're making me second guess myself. But guys have one and girls have one.
Yep.
But I just knew the girl one was a hanbok, but I didn't know the guy was also called a hanbok.
It's both. It's both.
Okay.
Yeah, listen to him.
Korean traditional wear looks so soft and silky.
It looks not soft.
First of all,
Really?
that thing is like 30 pounds.
Stiff and thick. Looks like
It's all shiny and shit.
Their summer dress has already 30 layers, and their winter one has like 80 layers.
Oh, fuck.
Chinese looks soft and like breathable.
That looks soft. That's some silky ass shit.
Yeah.
Dude, Gina cracked me the fuck up because on Twitter there was this girl who was twerking and shit in a Chinese dress, and then one girl, don't sexualize my culture, blah blah blah.
Oh, God.
And then Gina wrote, he goes, have you seen Vietnamese cafe girls? And it's just a line of girls half naked in the Chinese dress. She was like, what are you talking about? I was like, oh, that's true. We kind of do it ourselves, you know.
So this guy thinks that aliens been fucking our peoples?
Yes. He says that there are...
You might be right because Asians look like aliens.
And that's what all of the abductees say that happens to them. They say like
They get anally probed.
they get probed after they like
So
had
he's saying
sex with them.
that the people that are claiming the abductions, that rate is going up just like equally as climate change. So he's saying that it correlates. That these bug-like aliens are...
Causing climate change?
No, that they're creating a new hybrid species that could one day save Earth from climate change and other disasters, and they're trying to create these hybrids because they expect these new hybrids to survive the
Or
coming
maybe
climate change.
the alien spaceships are creating the climate change.
Because it's so hot.
The survival of the entire biosphere.
That's very positive of him.
Yeah, he's saying that they quote, "They come not for the sake of us, but for the sake of them, their survival. But their survival is actually our survival as well, the survival of the entire biosphere."
I mean, if they're so damn advanced, I don't understand why they don't just play daddy and they show up and they're like, hey, you guys are fucking dumb. You're ruining the world. You need to be slaves.
Maybe they did do that to the governments of our countries.
But they're not doing nothing.
Maybe they're secretly doing things.
Or maybe they did that in the past.
I want more electric cars and hybrids.
Yeah, because that's not happening.
So he's saying that there
More
are
trash is
4
happening.
types of aliens. That they're small, tall, and bold.
These are the official names.
Aliens with scales and
Small,
snake eyes.
Grande, venti.
This one's tall.
Yeah, really though.
He's small.
There's an insect-like. And they're saying that the insect-like
Grande,
ones
venti.
rank highest in the totem pole. And
Are they big insects?
They probably boss the other ones around.
Are they like big cockroach-looking ones?
I don't know how big they
There's
are.
no pictures.
Are there interviews of the other professors and what they think about this guy?
Like, cause I want to see the other.
This is what he looks like, by the way.
It's literally one of your characters, dude.
It is.
That's Joe.
Yeah.
That's Park you.
He looks like a conspiracy theorist.
You know, there's this.
Damn, that's wild. But it's also wild to be like, should you discredit this guy? You know
Yeah,
what I
because he's
mean?
a language professor.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, what is he might know.
He has
some
to
shit.
study black holes first, and then he could say this.
Yeah, but I don't know if all departments are taught.
So he's saying that he has 3 theories. Either they find human DNA valuable for preserving their species, they want to create a species that can survive future climate calamities, or they are trying to produce an intelligent future leader.
So if you guys are into aliens and conspiracies, the things that he's talking about, it's not things that he came up with. They're already out there, and he's just studying that and talking about it.
Yeah.
So like the 4 races of aliens and all that stuff and the different reasons why they might be here and all that is something that already exists, and it's not something that he's breaking through and saying like, I found this shit.
Yeah, he's also saying that he doesn't think that these aliens are far away, that they're just right next to us, but we can't see them because our human perception is limited by our organs, and it's unclear if humans would even realize that he or she had encountered an alien.
How come?
He's merging the Men in Black movies with some of these conspiracies.
And how come like these aliens keeps fucking us in the ass? Like, what's with that? The whole anal probing thing. What's the purpose of that?
So they can collect bio whatever, the like, you know, when you collect samples.
They're attracted to black holes.
I know. I like black holes, so I'm gonna go into your black hole.
That's true, because they could just go into our sewer system and collect a lot of data.
Yeah.
Yeah, or if they're so advanced, why do they always have to go up the stinkiest place?
Maybe they know something that's up there that's special. Maybe there's
And
Maybe
Check out.
we were brainwashed to think it's nasty.
yeah.
No, we smell it.
Yeah, it smells like poop.
We were brainwashed
Yeah,
to think
programmed to
it's
smell that and then
But
think it's bad.
for them wanting to fuck us is kind of weird, because like if I'm an alien, right, and I go to like Planet Dog, I'm not gonna want to fuck that.
Maybe they fuck differently. Maybe they don't fuck in missionary.
Like the Coneheads, remember the Coneheads? They put the fucking rings and then they fuck like that.
They rub their heads or something,
Not
no?
about that.
And they like to chew on condoms.
Yeah.
I love.
And they don't have a butthole. They have like these 2 little things in their back.
They fucking Eskimo kiss all day. Oh yeah.
There's just so many like weird unsolved stuff here. Like, you know, just like even the pyramids thing. Like, I still don't understand that shit. Like how they moved those gajillion ton stones. It doesn't make fucking sense. I want somebody to figure that shit out.
Did you know that
It
when
bothers me.
when they had the pyramids, the woolly mammoth still existed? That's old.
Yeah.
And somehow,
old,
if
man.
humans did that, they had the technology. Well, we can't even figure out now how to move a fucking gajillion ton stone and then build it up. But somehow they did it.
Dude,
Yeah.
we were listening to this podcast with this guy named Graham something.
Yeah, Joe put me on him, Graham Norton or something.
Yeah, and he was
Oh,
talking
the
about...
comedian guy?
No.
He's like an archaeologist or anthropologist, something like that.
And they were talking, he was talking about
Geneticist.
like the ancient Greeks already had like a form of a fucking computer like built.
It was a navigational device
Yeah.
that they found underwater, and it's basically helping you align the stars and all that stuff.
But it can compute like based off of the stars and longitude and latitude and stuff.
That's amazing.
And there's Polynesian DNA in some tribes in the Amazon. But basically his whole talk is about there's this thing called the Clovis event, right? And it's a time in history when the belief is in archaeology that we all came, like we as in like humans came over the Bering Strait, and then Native Americans are descendants of that. But his theory is that there's like been multiple migrations to the Americas, and in the natives in Americas are a kind of like a melting pot of the what do you call it, the migration over the years, and it's older than what we think it is. Past the ice age of when the Bering Strait had, you know, a landmass where people could walk over. Yeah, and then I guess his whole thing is that in archaeology, like they don't treat it as science, it seems like, because in science you're supposed to be able to kind of dispute this fact and whatever, but it's so dogmatic that if you come out and talk about anything that goes against that theory of the Clovis theory, then you're looked upon as like some crackpot.
As like a fanatic. Like
But what they found is, so like, you know those Aborigine tribes, like the Australasian ones, like Papua New Guinea, or the ones in New Zealand, or the one in Australia, they live in their tribes untouched from modern influence. So they haven't evolved for thousands of years. That's exactly who they are. So their DNA is like extremely pure. And they found in the Amazon, when they found bones, they found the exact DNA match all the way in the Australasian tribes. Whoa. So that's why they're saying this completely negates the Bering Strait migration, because it's an exact DNA match to them. So he's thinking in some sort of ice age, there was another migration that came either over the Pacific Ocean or something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. You should watch him.
That's cool.
I think his book is called Fingerprints of the Gods, and then there's another one that came out after that he's promoting.